Conrey.
Hi, my name is Kyle Conrey, and I will be doing a presentation on the Biosphere 2. Have you ever wondered what life would be like living under a dome? In 1991, Biosphere 2 was created for exactly that purpose, to simulate life in an artificial environment. There were two ill-fated experiments conducted on Biosphere 2 and several owner changes. Today I'll be discussing that history. As you can see here, Biosphere 2 is located in Oracle, Arizona. It was funded by Ed Bass, who poured over $50 million of his own money into the project. It rests over 40 acres of land and consists of 7 separate biomes. First being the ocean and the rainforest, then the mangrove swamp and the savanna. It also has the fog desert, the agricultural, and the anthropogenic, which we're not a photo of. That's where the waste goes. The original experiment consisted of 8 people, 4 men, 4 women, and an assortment of animals. During this experiment, they discovered that they were able to grow produce at 5 times the normal rate of anywhere else on Earth, but most of the vertebrate animals died by the end of the experiment. After 16 months, oxygen had to be pumped in because it was not producing a sufficient amount. The second experiment, which was in 1994, consisted of 7 members. After 2 months, though, 2 of the original members came back and vandalized the facility. Shortly later, the experiment was ended, and the organization was dissolved shortly after that. After some litigation, in 1995, the Columbia University managed to gain ownership of the facility, and they conducted a series of small experiments until 2005, until the University of Arizona in 2007 took ownership. They are currently doing 2 separate experiments, the first being volcanic rock and the second being the lunar gardens, in order to study what it would be like to grow plants on a foreign world. So, in all, the Biosphere 2 was a unique experiment that taught us many lessons about what we should do and what we shouldn't do when creating an artificial environment for a foreign planet. And these lessons will continue to stay with us till today and hopefully into the future. Does anyone have any questions?
So, why did the animals die in the original experiment?
They were not able to conclusively find out, but they do speculate it was due to the oxygen levels.
And were those same oxygen levels why the plants grew so fast in the original experiment? Because you mentioned they grew at 5 times the rate.
They believed it was potentially due to the controlled environment that the plants were growing in that contributed to its speed of growth.
So there is an ongoing at Arizona. Is that just started, or is it?
That's ongoing as of right now. They have a few thousand sensors working on the volcanic rocks, and they're experimenting with different plants in the lunar gardens.
Are they using the same facility, or they're
This is
at
the same
Arizona?
facility, yes.
Yeah, they're using that same facility in Arizona.
So, do you have any indication as to why the original researchers were vandalized? Were they just not getting paid enough, or was there like a personal dispute? Do they have any idea why that was? Or
They objected morally to the experiment.
I see.
Oh, that's interesting. So, are you able to visit the facility?
Yes, you can visit the facility. They have tours that cost around $25 per person.
I know you mentioned that they're doing new kinds of experiments in there, but do they ever want to try recreating the original experiment?
Since the original 2 experiments, no further attempts have been made or have been discussed in recreating the original.
Thank you.
So, thank you for your time.